Today, me and Rhea are going to show you a little video. Breaks down simple. This video is going viral on the internet, right? I see it everywhere about estate planning, trusts, and I'm going to play it for you guys here. We're going to break it down a little bit, and let's discuss it. You guys are going to see it for yourselves.
This is how you own nothing but control everything. Pay attention to this illustration right here. So, my trust owns 100% of my holding company, which is taxed as an S-Corp. My holding company owns every single one of my LLCs. Your holding company can also own corporations and nonprofits as well. But this holding company owns these LLCs, and these LLCs own these assets, one of them being my business and the other two being real estate assets. Guys, if billionaires do this, why can't you?
Yep. If billionaires can do this, why can't you?
Why? Why can't you?
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. So let's touch on the topic real quick, right? So when it comes to setting up your structure, this is just one of many few ways that you can get this done, right? This is not the only way you can do this. There is ways of doing this with a time skipping trust. There's ways of doing this with a revocable trust. There's ways of doing this with a living estate trust. There is multiple theories and methods that attorneys have mastered over the decades. This information is not new. It is just new to you. So I need you to realize that when you go into a subject like this, it may be unfamiliar, but that is for the time being. Until we start discussing more of these topics and start discussing what it is your financial world looks like, then we'll be able to know what will cater to you and your needs, right? Some people will set up different types of structures. Sometimes they won't own anything under a trust. This is all depending on what you and your goals are. Some people's goals, they have $50 million. And that would hurt you if you got into a major lawsuit just through one property and they just wanted to take everything. Right, Vinny? Like,
yep,
how would it make you feel? How would it make you feel if you had $50 million and over one incident, they take everything away?
I would feel terrified. I would feel scared. I mean, and this happens all the time with lawsuits. People would invite somebody over, a contractor, to fix their home, their $1 million mansion. It's under their name or their wife's name or their mom's name, and they think it's protected. No, it's not. That guy trips and falls, breaks a leg. He sues you. Look, this guy has a $10 million home. Guess what? You're going to have to pay him a lot of money, right? Not to take you to court. And if he does, and if he manages to win, he's going to be able to take a part of that house that belongs to you, right? Because you didn't protect it properly. So that is why that little video there breaks down what you need to do so you could defend yourself and defend your assets from any other people who try to take it. They're like vultures trying to attack you. And when you start to become big, right, they start attacking you in every single way. Anything that you do, it's like lawsuit, lawsuit, lawsuit. Protect yourself.
So how do you want to protect your assets, right?
Ray?
How do you want to protect them? Do you want to put them under an LLC, right? That might be an idea. Do you want to put them under a trust? That is another idea. Everybody has their way of doing it, right? Some people might want to put their house under a faith-based organization. Now, I won't tell you what that does for you, right? You go do your information and research, and then you come back to us and ask questions, right? We're just going to throw out nuggets today, right? To inform you to come back and see if you really are interested. You have to do the work. Like, it is not easy. It is not easy in the slightest. So this is something that I want you guys to do, is go over the information that we just told you. Look up a faith-based organization. Look up what is a trust, what is an LLC, What is an S corporation? What is
True.
a C corporation? Everything in this field, you need to understand the terminology. Because in the last video, one thing I did say was, if you don't know your rights, right?
Then
If
what?
you don't know your rights, if you do not know your rights, you have none. And that's how they treat you in the court system.
True.
If you don't have a LLC, no one's going to go tell you to go do an LLC. They're going to let you stay in a sole prop, right?
Forever.
Or they're going to forever.
They're like, and that is why, like, not the media, the internet has been pushing a lot of LLC to these young businessmen, like, do an LLC. You see how it's very hard for the media or the TV, like, hey, open up a trust. Nobody tells you that. It's very, very hard. And when you see an ad of a trust or a foundation, it's typically on a JP Morgan or, some big thing, Bank of America, and you're like, oh, I need to have millions of dollars for me to open one of those. No, anybody could do it. It's a private contract between you and another person. Okay, it's simple to draft. Of course, we have to understand your needs so we could draft the document according to you, because everybody's going to be different. But that is going to protect you from liability. Keep on going.
So there are certain things that in certain strategies that there is out there. There is more than just an irrevocable trust. There is other strategies where they have an attorney draft up the documents. The attorney, right, is the trustee of the documents and making you a beneficiary. You see, you're a beneficiary of a trust, right? That is a whole different world. That is a whole different world, in a completely different world. I want you to think about that, right? I am the trust. Not you are the trust. You are the beneficiary. Your attorney created the documents, making you the beneficiary of it, right? And then you go ahead, have him resign as a trustee. I'll give you a hint. It starts with a W, a WeFit.
That would be a non-grantor's trust, if I'm not mistaken, where there's no grantor.
No grantor, no trustee, but not because there isn't none. It's because the one that was in place resigned, right? There's different methods of doing these things to where you don't have to gain liability. This is just one of few ways, right? We don't know all the ways. It's not like there is an abundance of
different
strategies.
Ways. Yeah, there's so many different ways to approach this. How would you? What is a specific way that we target here of Vermilion Vitez? Breaking down
the way we structure it is similar to the one that you just heard, but instead of having a holding company, right? Because you don't necessarily need a holding company in this scenario. You could just own every business underneath a trust. Every business, you could separate it all. You could have 6 trusts. Some of you would have been like, oh, I thought you can only have 1 trust. No, that's not the game here. Look, there's this information takes time to understand and grasp. It's not easy to get. It's brand new, right?
Yes.
If this is your first time hearing about an LLC, what makes you think you're going to understand
trust,
attorney,
foundations,
law, you know, UCC, Uniform Commercial Code, stuff in that nature? Like when we found out what UCC was, we didn't have the understanding that it was actually banking information.
Oh,
it was
yes.
bank laws. That was a huge distinction for us. Once we understood, oh, these are what for the banks.
They work in commerce.
With the banks. And then you got United States Code, USC codes. USC codes are different. And how you use those laws to enforce your rights is different.
There's so many different laws, statutory laws, commercial laws. It's negotiable instruments, totally aside. Securities. Every one of those have a different set of laws. You can't just pick this one and this is the main one. Like, no. The main law, though, the main law, what's the law? The main law. The main law of everything.
God's law.
God's law. That law is forever. That law is forever.
God's law. Right? I want you to understand that God's law is the one that, so your constitutional rights are supposed to defend the laws that God created. They were supposed to help you enforce God's law. When they started giving you state law and all these other laws, well, let's not talk about that too much. We can't. We can't disclose.
Let's go back to the structure.
Let's just go back to the structure. Your structure and your pyramid is all tailored to somebody. If you're a person that is a teacher, right? Maybe your LLCs used differently from everyone else's.
It could just be an S corp where you're just passing through your cash, passing through your cash.
You could just have you could just have a simple setup with a trust, LLC, and a faith-based, right? Maybe you're somebody who wants to contribute to the community and show your love of God, right? And create a temple, right?
Amen.
A lot of these things, this universe that you live in rewards you for being a contribution to the people around you. You can't build a city by yourself. You need people. You need people. No matter how you cut it, no matter how you want to slice the pineapple, however you want to slice the watermelon, the apple, however you want to look at it, to be a contribution is to be a contribution for others. To be a contribution to yourself is not the same as being a contribution to others. True. A contribution to others will have you grow, will have you doing business with like-minded individuals. And that's what you need to go do, is find other people that inspire you to grow to those lengths and get you to where you want to get to, because they're looking for that same thing. Stop going against the grain.
True. I mean,
you don't see CEO people hang out with McDonald's workers. You don't.
Going back to the do something good, build a temple. That's very interesting as well, because even though all these corporations make a lot of money, they still donate a lot of money too. They have, every single one of those probably have a foundation that they donate to, right? Because instead of paying too much taxes here, they could do a good cause, and they do. That's actually something that they're supposed to do. So let's say you go to Target and they're like, oh, you want to donate today $1 for kids in need? Guess what? That company, Target, has already donated a lot of money for that foundation. And now they're asking for your support to donate some more, right? I'm not going to say any more because the money goes back to them, not to you. Oh, not for a donation, right? But anyway, I said too much. I think I explained that a little bit better in my previous video without all particular words, but everybody needs a good cause. And that's why when you structure with the trust, the foundation, and the LLC, it's just a nice round cycle of money that it's just beautiful, right? You could avoid many tax breaks because you have all those entities, as per se, and you could also do a good cause with that money, right? A lot of us would like to give something out. I was explaining a little bit before, how cool would it be for a free library where people could just come in and get books? There's so many books throwing out there, and that's knowledge, right? You create a foundation, you rent a little space, that's all going to be tax exempt as per the IRS codes. We're just consultants. But that's all going to be tax exempt because that's a foundation. You're doing something to help others. And your library is going to be free. Everybody's going to go there and just grab a book. Hey, I like this book. I'm going to take it home and read it. That's it. you're helping the community. Everybody would like to do something like that. I would, Ray.
Look, when you look at everything, the IRS system rewards people that contribute to others, that set up other W-2s, that set up people in a way where they are employed through the system, and they become other tax brackets. They're doing their taxes. They're paying the government in their own way. The government loves that when you're doing business. They love when you go get credit. They love when you go get debt. They want to give you more money. But for what idea do you have? For what idea do you have that's going to go contribute to others? If you go get a car right now and you want to go get it through credit, they'll give you $30,000. Okay. Now think about it this way. You get a house and you put people in it and it's just 4 other people, they give you $400,000. And think about the math, right? A lot more money. And that's just you being a contribution to your family. This is not you being a contribution to others. So I want you to think about how that works too, where you are a contribution to a business. Now, how much money they give you when they raise money? Oh, when they raise money, if you have the money to go do that, right? And you already have accredited investors lined up to give you some money, look at what you can do now. Look, this information's at a limited time only.
That is true.
Limited.
And
they don't want this information out.
When you know the information, you're going to see how simple it is to follow the steps and raise money to any venture that you decide to do. It's just a matter of, is your idea worth $1 million or $10 million or $20 million? How good is your idea and how well you can articulate that idea on a contract, PPM, prospectus? It's up to you guys. How well can you draft your idea down to raise 10 million or 100 million?
Yes. What can you do to raise 10 million up to $100 million? I want you to look at your financial situation, and if you don't have what you want, it's because your idea isn't big enough. You're not in community contributing to other people. When you contribute to other people, the government loves it. The banks love it. They'll give you money, but you have to have money for some of these scenarios. They cost anywhere from $25,000 to $125,000. Now imagine if you're asking for $30 billion like Elon Musk, how much money is he spending before he gets that to him? Right?
Goodness, yeah. And look at him. That man's gonna put people on Mars, right? That is how great and how futuristic his idea is. That's what he's thinking ahead. Look at all these great ideas. And it was like Ray said, it's like, is your idea capable of looking beyond what, 500,000, 10 million, 100 million? Where is it going to go? We don't know. We never know who the next Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos is going to be. We do not know.
That is correct. We don't know. We really don't. We don't know what your labor is worth.
Right, Ray? It could be them, whoever's watching.
Whoever's watching needs to consider, what is it that you want to do, right? If you just want credit, right, that's fine. Everybody has their place in the world. You don't have to go do this. You could keep, everything's been fine up to this moment. You've been paying taxes. You've been giving half of your energy. That's how people don't look at it. You're giving half of your energy, right? You got 100%, right? You have 100% of your energy, and you work, and the money gets deducted. And the more money that gets deducted is the more energy that you gave back. And where does it go? The difference is the employer at the highest level, right? He's not just giving away his energy. He's giving his energy to others. And because he's giving his energy to others, the system rewards him. You as a W-2, you're not giving your energy necessarily to others. You're just giving it to your employer. See, the employer is giving it to the whole staff, 250 people, 1,000 people. The more people you have, the more breaks you have.
True.
You, as a W-2 person, you get no breaks.
No breaks.
No breaks. Have you ever seen it at work?
No.
You go to work and you got no breaks.
You already get that deduction off of your paycheck. It's like it's automatic.
Who's telling me and you, Vinny, when to go take a break? Man, I take that break when I want. You don't understand. It is not that difficult, but you choose the situation that you want to be in.
If you just go and search the information, if you're eager to learn more and how to make more and how to get your ideas come to life, you have to start doing the research. It's simple as that. You have to grab books. You have to start reading and talking to people. You never know who you are going to meet. Every time I go outside, I look my best, and I am grateful for everything. And every time I speak to a person, that's it. That's the center right now. You're talking to another human being. He has a life experience just like you have. You never know what he's capable of doing. He must have so much information and knowledge. You guys could exchange information. So always look your best. Be presentable. Talk to other very important people and anybody, actually. Everybody has a valuable information to share to you. Listen. That's it. Now, when it comes to going back to the W-4 worker, right, and the W-2s, there are nice, beautiful ways that you could kind of keep a little bit more if you have particular companies, right? We were talking about an S corp. That's a pass-through entity. And if you have little expenses, you could always use that. Hey, I used gas today to go to work. I mean, you could use that actually as a deduction. Again, consult your tax guy, and he'll be able to do that for you. Or you could learn the information yourself and do your taxes yourself. You could do that too. It's all a matter of what you want to learn and what you want to do. Simple. Now, Ray, so you were telling me that holding companies, we don't need to have that. We could have multiple different trusts for everything. How beneficial is it to have all three, though? The trust, the LLC, but taking away the holding company and putting the foundation in its place.
Well, you can put a foundation in its place. It's okay. But the thing is, when it comes to when you have these set structures, right? Some of them are stacked underneath, and some of them are separate. That's for you to do the homework and understand what it is that you need for your goals and for your dreams.
True.
What is it that you want to accomplish, right? Somebody in real estate, they might need that structure. That structure that we were just showing in that video, that's really for real estate people. Yeah. People who have multiple properties.
One asset on every single separate entity.
Every single separate entity, man. It's really not that complicated, guys. It's just you're not taking advantage of it, and you're not built to have the resources to take advantage of it. That's why here at Vermilion Vitez, we created it for the public. We're private people giving you public information.
True. You know what we gotta do? We gotta write a book and explain to them how this process works, you know?
Even if we wrote a book, there wouldn't be you could write it for days. You could write it for days. You could write all the information that it is. Why is it that why is it that someone would come to us, right? Why would you come to us?
Save time, save effort.
Why?
Save the learning curve.
Why? Why come to us? Why come to us? If you don't want to come to us, don't come to us.
We're just here sharing for you. That's it.
That's it. We're just giving you a light bulb. Go discover it for yourself. And for the person that takes advantage of this information and doesn't use us, God bless you. You God gave you the wisdom to go find out what was best for your situation. We're just here to give you a light bulb. We're just here to give you a nugget. Spin the brain a little bit. Give you something that later on in life you'd be like, wow, those guys open the doors for me. Look, the people that open the doors for us, there's a guy named Nick. He opened the door for me. If it wasn't for him and his vault of information, trust me, I got lost.
Oh yes. Oh, that was our first mentor.
I got lost. I got lost in that vault. We had books that it would take years to go through if you were going to read it all. Some of you who don't read a book in a day will never get through this information.
You found right? Speechify, right? That was good to listen to the audiobooks, right?
No, he had Speechify. He had the Speechify, and he had a whole separate library, right? There was PDFs that weren't in the Speechify that you could plug in, but they weren't all in there. So, however you read it, I don't care. Get an Audible, read it that way, or open the book yourself and read it that way. Go get the dictionary, read it, read. If you're not going to read, it's not going to happen for you.
No,
not in this situation. You can get good at sales without reading and just learning from your experience. But the person that reads is fundamentally ahead of other people. He's getting his experience from the author.
True.
He's living out in those pages.
A wise man once said that if you want to hide something from anybody, put it on a book. People will look at that, pass through it, and that's it. Put it on the book.
Actually in the 50s, it was like if you wanted to hide anything, from a black man, put it in the book. That's what they said first.
I said people. You said
yeah, I know, but like that, so people have an understanding why they even said that. And we hear, we're foreigners, right? You can be straightforward with some of this stuff.
We're allowed to say. We're allowed to say.
Yeah, we sympathize. We empathize with the fact, because in today's America, it's not all easy for people of color. It is what it is. We're all treated the same way if you're just not white, right? But when they said that, it was because why did they want to keep them uneducated? Why did they want to keep the slaves uneducated? That's what I wanted to bring up, because we can't.
Yes,
that's what it is. Why do they want to keep them uneducated? Because if you're not educated, I have power over you.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Why do we give you fluoride in your water? Look, let me stop. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there today. That's not. Look, there's some of this information that doesn't need to be disclosed. You need to learn. You need to figure it out yourself. This information, some of it, people get their pages taken down. They create a following. They destroy you on it. When you attack certain conglomerates, it is not safe. So be wise. And I say this to anybody that's watching the podcast. I want you to be wise. Be wise. You don't necessarily have to always prove a point. Oh, they shouldn't be doing it. Well, they're doing it. It doesn't matter. You can't stop it. You over here living on 14th Avenue, you can't stop a conglomerate that owns states, right? That has businesses in different states, that does international businesses, right? When this big world, right? And you're just, you have to build first. True. You want to have an opinion and you want to say what you want to say, build first and make your network, get to know people. And even then, you might start realizing this is just how the system is built, and you're better off leaving it alone.
Oh, yes.
You're better off leaving it alone. Trust me. Other people have tried. Watch The Matrix. How many people have tried to get out of the Matrix? There was only one guy that got out.
True.
It was over one person out of all the people that got attacked. It was one person that got out alive.
Didn't he die? Try to bring everybody out.
And Jesus, what did Jesus do? He's like, okay, guys, all of you, every single one of you, I want you to Come with me. I want you to come with me. We're going to walk through the desert. And we're going to go to the promised land. Yeah, that's what we're going to do, right? And what do those people do? They're with Jesus. Shoot, if I was with Jesus, I'd be confident. I'd be like, all right, Jesus, where are we going? Right? These people whine, right, moan.
Tell me what to do and I'll do it. That's it.
Oh, Jesus, this is too hard. Jesus, I don't know how I'm going to do this. He's right next to you and you're telling him, I don't know. The audacity, right? You can't save everyone. And then the other part of it is nobody needs saving.
Nobody needs saving.
It's all in your mind. I want you to open your mind. And that will open the gateways to heaven for you.
True. Agree.
God,
with that.
Jesus, there was 10 years where Jesus was gone. We don't know where he went. So they said, some people say to bed. He went to go meditate with the monks. He separated from his own people to grow. He went to go get other perspectives. Why do you need other perspectives?
And there's also this saying that he said that a prophet cannot do miracles at his own home. He went back home trying to do some miracles and everybody questioned him. Who is this guy? He was here, he grew up here with us. Who do you think he is? That he's doing these miracles here. We grew up with him. So
leave your city.
Huh?
I was like, leave your city.
Leave your city. Like and just, don't pay attention to what everybody's telling you and complaining about you. Follow your own path, your own way. Okay? Grow. Seek and you shall find. Right?
Seek and you shall find the gateways to heaven.
Ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door shall be open. Seek, knock, find. No, I said it backwards.
Find and not seek. What'd you say?
I said it backwards. It's seek, ask, knock. Okay.
Seek, ask, knock.
Well, guys. I want to give them a book recommendation. There's this book called The Art of Passing the Buck that explains, you could probably find it on Google. It explains a lot about trust if you want to get a little bit more knowledge there. It just tells you how to operate, right? It's a big book. It's like maybe a 500-page long book. You could probably finish that in a month. You can, right? But if you're interested in the topic, you got to start studying. Or you could hop over to our website too, join our members page, and you could find hundreds of PDFs about trusts, about credit, about capital raising, about LLCs. There's a lot of information out there. Okay, or you could just type Google.
I don't know how many times. I remember when we first started, and we were like, "Wow, this is like the most reading I've ever done." And we were finishing books by the day. Why? Because we were hungry. The information was so new to us, but we knew where we were going. We knew what God had in store for us. We knew that we were chosen. This is information that only 0.5% of the population knows.
Yep.
0.5. 1%. This gentleman's club is different. It's not the same club. Some of you guys are going to look at the video and not care about it, and that's fine. Some of people are going to have it like this. Some people are going to want to look for it. We've gotten calls. We've talked to different types of people. We've done business with different types of people. We know what type of person is interested in this, right? The average Joe that's working at McDonald's, you're not going to be interested in this. You're not. You don't just jump to this. You don't get to this, right? It takes time, right? You might have heard this for the 5th time. It might take 10 more times. That's all I'm saying. The people that we do business with, they read. They don't just read. They take action.
Action.
They take action for the things that they want in life. There isn't excuses, and there is no complaining, and there is no whining. Because what is that going to do for you? Does it make a difference? That's what I want to give you. Is it going to make a difference?
I'm trying to see if we're good on if we got any questions on YouTube. Yep, no questions though. We keep on going. A couple more minutes, I mean.
We can give you guys a couple more minutes. It's nothing to us. Give you a couple more minutes. But one thing, okay, so in this page, we serve to give you an inspiration and motivation, right? And God bless you all that have joined us in this journey. With the people that we have came in communication with and have made a contribution to, you know who you are, and thank you for the experience that we got to share with each other. So I want you guys to understand that there is no rush in this. There's no rush. Everything happens in its own time. Jesus came on its own time, right? King David, when he came to the people, came on his own time. Moses came on his own time.
Everybody had obstacles to overcome before they became the man that they were supposed to be, to do the thing they were put on this earth to do. Remember that.
In this world, I don't want you to complicate it too much. I want you to go discover. Live in the realm of discovery, because in the realm of discovery, you will find anything. In the realm of knowing, you will always know what you know, and you will learn nothing. The person that knows everything knows nothing.
I like that.
He knows nothing. What else will he know? He knows what he knows. You can't tell him anything past that. People know themselves to be their names. They know themselves to be the titles. They know themselves so much that they're so right, they can't be any different. They're like, I can't do that. Oh, okay, then you said it.
True.
I didn't say it. You said it. I'm going to just take your word for it. Have a blessed day. Have a fantastic day.
There's this thing that I heard on the internet. It goes like this. Whoever controls your mind controls your time. Whoever controls your time controls your life. Whoever controls your mind controls your time. And whoever controls your time controls your life. Very important for all of us who feed ourselves with bad information or do things that we're not supposed to be doing because somebody else is telling us to do it. Take that quote, think about it. Do you have time for yourself to do what you want to do? Or other people are putting that idea into your head to do something that you don't want to do, but you do it anyway?
So look, there is information like this on the web all over. Trust me. We have looked it up. We've seen it. We've went through it all. One thing is, we're only here for about 30 minutes. There's only about so much information that you can take, right? We see videos out there with 44 hours, 2 hours.
They're just
rambling. And to be honest with you, we are one of those people that will go through the entire video. We will take the time to understand the information. We will listen, right? Some people don't have an attention span for more than 10 seconds because of TikTok.
It's like, yeah, TikTok mine. TikTok mine. That's how Andrew Tate says it. TikTok mine. TikTok. That's all they do. Scroll. I see it all the time. Sometimes I go around and I just see people like this. They're walking like this. Like, what is this? Can you just walk, look forward?
See, us as creators of this content, right? We aren't just going to scroll. We are going to contribute and support people's pages, right? I have people's pages on here that I support all the time, right?
True.
But I'm not going to just go scrolling my day away. We have to release content consistently. We have to get the content edited from our editors and our back office. There's a reason why we have a team. Our team does that for us. right? When you communicate with us, sometimes you might get lucky. It might be one of us, or it might be a staff member that we have that helps us. And I need you to understand that you want to be at that level in the same area. You want to have your own staff members. You want to manage people. You want to be a contribution to your community.
True.
We contribute to our back office and our community and our people all the time. If not, they wouldn't be dealing with us. They wouldn't. It's just fair to say, right? We look to optimize your time and efficiency at your skill level. And that's why we invite you to take our consultations.
Ray, I'm going to read the disclaimer one more time, right? Because now I got the whole page here, and then we're going to call it a night, my friend. So, terms of service. This content of the site and the information that we're sharing with you guys is for educational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, tax, or professional advice. Okay? We may engage in subcontractors such as legal professionals. However, we do not provide what constitute as legal advice under applicable laws. Okay? We do consultation, guys. If you want to book a call with us, go to our website, vermilionvitez.com. I'm going to put that on the bottom when I finish this and upload this video. And I mean, all I got to say is stay blessed by the best, or God. And I hope to see you tomorrow again, same time.